Hi, this is Trey Pastor, and welcome to my review of The Equalizer, starring Denzel Washington, of course. Okay, I saw it this morning. Uh, there you go. You can see that. Right? Yeah, The Equalizer. There it is. Focuses. There you go. Equalizer. Of course, this is based on, of course, on the TV show that's starring Bob Woodward, right? Right. Bob Woodward. And this one, of course, stars Denzel Washington as Robert McCall. Okay, and they say, like I said, he's leading a quiet life. Um, Working for this Home Depot company, and you could tell he has a very regimented life. You can tell even just by everything, his apartment and stuff, everything is in its place. He leads a quiet life. He goes to the same diner because he has trouble sleeping. He goes to the same diner, reads a book. You can tell he's a widower, and he leads a quiet life, and he doesn't interact. He interacts with the people at work. You can tell he's quiet guy, but he helps people. There's a security guy there that wants to be a security guard, so he's helping him try to help him lose weight so he can take the test to become a security guard. He helps, and he actually meets this young prostitute. Is another way to say it. Chloe Grace Moretz plays Terry, and they have the little brief conversations every time he comes into the diner because she winds up, I guess, coming there after working, and they will have their little brief conversations and stuff. And she notices that he's reading these books, and they even get to know each other a little bit. Where he tells her that he used to be married, and his wife used to read these books, and so he made a promise, I guess, that he would start reading books as well. And like I say, leading this quiet life, unscripted life. And then, of course, one night when he's at the diner, he sees that Terry has been actually has been been hit. Okay, and then later he finds out that she's been hospitalized and beat up quite severely. Okay, and he finds out, of course, that she's working for these Russian mobsters. And he actually goes to, like you see in the trailer, you see he goes to the restaurant to basically try to buy her freedom from them. And of course, and they toss his money back at him and laugh at him. And of course, like you see in the trailer, he takes care of business. Okay, and this is a great movie, really a fantastic movie. I actually love this movie. It was a packed house when I went to see it this morning. Okay, and it delivered to me. It just was fantastic. Like I said, Denzel Washington plays his character, and when he takes, like I say, he takes out, like you see in the trailer. So this is not really spoiling anything. When he takes out these five Russian guys, he finds out later that because you have a guy that comes to town. He's sent by his boss, a guy named Teddy, played by Martin Koskas. He comes to town. Look, he's the one trying to find out who killed, these five, the five Russian guys in the city, and who were they working for, who killed them. And of course, in the course of his investigation, you find out that Teddy is quite a ruthless character himself. Okay, when he's going around, with the dirty cops and stuff, trying to investigate the Irish and the Italians to find out, who made a move against these Russians. Okay, which of course leads him back to, of course, Robert McCall. Okay, and like I said, this is a fantastic movie. Denzel Washington plays. I like the way he plays the character. He plays him with a quiet, and you can tell there's, like I said, besides the clock thing that he has, like you can tell from the way because he even tells, I think, when he has a conversation with Terry, that he has trouble sleeping, and because of things in his past, and he even goes to visit his friends, Susan Plummer and Brian Plummer, played by Melissa Leo and Bill Pullman, and where he basically tries to find out who this Teddy guy is, and of course, they give him as much information as they can, telling that he works for this top Russian guy in Russia, and basically Denzel has to go back. He goes back to his town and basically starts kicking ass. And like I said, this is just a really fantastic movie. I had a really good time enjoying this. Denzel Washington kicked total ass. It's totally believable as a total badass. And I liked his quiet strength. Like I said, he didn't talk as much, but he had this quiet strength to him, and you can tell when he made this great, there's a great conversation that he has with the Teddy guy in the restaurant before they unleash the holy hell at the end. But they have a conversation where they talk to each other, where Teddy basically just tells him, "Listen, Okay, you're just nothing to me, like a paper clip or a bottle top, something to get rid of. Okay, and then of course Robert McCall has a conversation with him where he basically tells him, listen, just like the scene you see in the trailer. I made a promise to somebody I wouldn't go back to being the man I used to be, but for you, I'm going to make an exception, and boy, does he make an exception. Okay, it's just fantastic, and the climactic scenes towards the end are just fantastic to watch. And then when you thought it was over, it continued on. Okay, and to which I don't want to spoil to where it goes after that. And I enjoyed this movie. Like I said, maybe a little too long for some people. I mean, I think it was 2 hours and like 10 minutes or so, but I enjoyed it. I was riveted watching it, so it didn't bother. The length of it didn't bother me. Uh, but like I said, Chloe Grace Moretz is not in the movie as much as I thought she was going to be in it. Okay, she just kind of disappears for stretches of the movie. Okay, you know, but I still enjoyed it anyway. And okay, Denzel Washington just kicked total ass, total badass. And again, I like the actor who played Teddy. He was ruthless too, and in certain scenes too. To show his ruthlessness, he was very, very good as well. And I would give this movie an 8 out of 10. Okay, for the Equalizer, and hopefully they'll make a second part to this. I would love to see Denzel Washington revisit this role again. I thought he's just fantastic. Okay, so anyway, let me know what you think of the Equalizer. If you've seen it, tell me what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below, and if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. This is Trey Passer saying so long and take care.